What's up, guys? Welcome back to another E-Fit video. This one's going to be for the Caldari, Marauder, the Golem. Probably one of my favorite ships in the game right now. This thing is, I'm telling you, this thing is just a beast. I use it for mostly everything solo and null, being combat noms, and then even all the way up to like, Pith penal complexes, which is like, the rated site 710s. I've done those solo with it. I have it fitted so that it's cap stable with the shield booster. The shield booster is gonna, give you like 2,000 hit points every 4 seconds, so it can really just kind of like just take a beating really good. It is kind of a bling fit, I'll let you know right now, and also the clone that goes with it, which makes it, even better, is not on the cheap side either. But if you're looking into getting into the Marauder class battleship, I do recommend this missile variant of Caldari's, the Golem. So let's go ahead and jump into the fit itself. Alright, so what we'll do is I'll start off with the high slots and we'll just kind of work our way around, and I'll explain, my choices for certain modules and stuff as we go. I have these drone augmenters on here because there's really not a whole lot left to put up here. Also, we're going to run Hornets, which are just going to be your light Caldari drones if you're in Greece's space. These are mainly for like frigates, right? Like, so if you have some frigates that you want to like just kind of take down without dedicating a missile launcher to it, you can kind of, get on them pretty early by having the control range extension here. Now, the small tractor beam here, it is essentially on here for one purpose only, and that's for blitzing the the rated sites. And so what I'll normally do is if I'm trying to like blitz something, or if I'm just like clearing and I want to get the loot off the field, I'll let the commander get within 48 kilometers, and then I'll just take him down really quick. And then when I'm still dealing with all the other rats, I'll pull him in with the tractor beam, get the loot, just so that it closes the site and turns off the warpable. So tractor beam is very essential here. Bastion module, you need this. This is one of the things with the Marauder. You turn this on, it's kind of like a siege module, only it's like 30 seconds, but this is going to increase your shield boosting and like your survivability. So once you drop on grid, whether you're doing an anom or you're doing a rated site, you want to turn this on. And also, I'm using the 4 Caldari Navy cruise missile launchers. I prefer using the Scourge Fury because I usually operate in Greece's space, so it's kinetic damage. But the longer range means that you can, kind of get out like 100k and kind of just take care of business. It also means, even with the precision, you still have like over 100k range. I think with these, you have like, when you're bastioned up, you have like 311k or something. So just having the extra range is good. These also have higher damage than precision do as well. And so they just kind of perform better over the board. I do carry both just in case, but most of the time I've got these Scourge Furies loaded. Alright, moving on to the rigs. I got large capacitor control circuit 2s because, like I said, I am trying to be cap stable with my shield booster, and these help with that. And then that also plays into the mid slots here. I have Republic Fleet large cap batteries as well. And as you can see, if I sim this, I'm cap stable with everything running. So that's the big goal there. The micro jump drive is for actually getting kind of like to and from like jump gates. So if I start really far off from a jump gate in a rated site, I'll align to it, and then when I'm ready to come out of Bastion, I'll approach it. When I come out of Bastion, I'll just already be kind of aligned to it, and I'll just jump closer to it, just to help speed up things. You can put a micro warp drive on this, but it's a little bit more difficult to cap stable it with the micro warp drive, but you can kind of hot swap this out for a micro warp drive if you wanted to. Alright, so I'm using the GIST X Type X large. Alright, so I'm using the GIST X Type extra large shield booster. Right now, Unbastions gives me 1,000, every 4 seconds. But then, if you sim it and you go bastioned up, you're looking at over 2,000 every 4 seconds, which is enough to keep you alive in pretty much anything that you'd be doing rated or combat nom. And then we're running 2 Pith C type multi-specs, and then also a Republic Fleet target painter. Target painter is what you're going to put on battleships and stuff, and pretty much any target really, but mainly battleships is what you have like the longest hit time on, just to kind of help your missiles out a little bit. And in the lows, I got a missile guidance enhancer, and then the other 3 are Caldari Navy ballistic control systems. We'll go through the stats here a little bit. As you can see, when it's simmed, you're looking at an alpha of about 7,600, which is amazing. And then you have, you're pretty tanky too at 95k. A little low for like normal stuff, like if you're running anything like a dread or whatever. But this active shield tank is really good. And then as you can see, you could target out to 154, and then your range on your cruisers are actually like 311, which is, gratuitous. You never go out that far. But just keep in mind, you'd have about 154 if you have all the skills for it. Navigation, it moves like a battleship, and then your drones, right? You got about 105k with these link augmenters on there to get your Hornets out there. And these Hornets usually are just taking care of like frigates, really, because that's your most difficult thing is like handling frigates with a battleship. So the strategy really for when you're doing any rated site or you're doing anomaly is I always separate the guns out into 4 separate launchers, and I dedicate one launcher to everything that's below a battleship class. So cruisers, battlecruisers, they all get one launcher until they're dead. And I always take down everything that's sub battleship first. Because that's where a lot of your survival. Once you actually get all the things that are like not battleships off the field, you can come off of your hardeners a little bit, and you don't have to like push your tank so much. But it's really that and then once you start fighting the battleships, I just kind of group all the launchers together, and I just take one battleship at a time with the painter, and it goes by really quick. When I'm doing like penal complexes and things like that, where there's a lot of cruisers and there's a lot of battle cruisers and destroyers, I actually will be destroying things faster than I can target them. So you can have 10 targets on here. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be constantly just retargeting the next ship because you're going to be killing stuff so quickly. All right, here's the expensive part. We're going to go over the clone that I use with this, right? So as you can see here, I'm going with high-grade Hydra Alpha, or the high-grade Hydra set all the way 1 through 6. What this does actually is it gives you some charisma. It also gives you drone tracking speed, drone optimal range, fall off. It also gives you missile flight time and missile explosion velocity. That's what we really care about. And then, our Omega is going to increase the secondary effects of all that. So it increases our flight time, which means that we don't have to wait so long for the missile to get to the target and everything like that. And then also the explosion radius or explosion velocity helps with like the lower signature ships. And then also I'm using for slot 7 through 10. For slot 7, I'm using the Snapshot Heavy Assault Missile. The reason I'm using this is because there's not really a spot for a cruise in here, and I also have a Tengu fit that I run. You can drop this for absolutely anything else because this is not actually helping the Golem at all. This is for heavy assault missiles. I keep it in here just so I can use one clone for both my Tengu and also my Golem. So slot 7 is pretty much open, and however you want to do it. And then slot 8, I use the Deadeye Guided Missile Penetration. It gives you 6% reduced factor of signature radius for all missile explosions. And then slot 9 gives me Deadeye Target Navigation. This decreases the factor of target's velocity of all missiles. And then my slot 10, which is the big one, bonus to all missile launcher rates of fire. And that's the other reason I'm using actually Caldari Navy launchers, is because one, they can hold more missiles per reload, and also they're a lot faster at the reload. So this thing is an absolute beast. The skilling for this is actually pretty stout, right? So for skilling, you're definitely going to want all of your secondary and your tertiary missile skills, right? So you're going to want, missile bombardment 5, you're going to want missile projection 5, rapid launch 5, all of these things, cruise missile spec 5, all this stuff helps. You want all those support skills to help you out with that. And then also with shields, you're going to want pretty much everything that can do with shields. I'm primarily shield tanked when I'm playing Eve for most ships that I'm doing. I think the only, and like you can see here, I got most like skills maxed out, and this just helps with survivability. The other thing to worry about too, since we're doing this like cap stable build, any skill that actually improves your capacitor for any of the modules you're using will help you get to that cap stability with that large skill booster. So any shield cap stuff, any weapons cap stuff, any of that stuff is going to help. And that's how we get here to where what this means is like if I run it just like indefinitely, my cap will get down to 25%. It won't go any lower. You can do better by just using like dropping some of this stuff, but I just use it like this. Another option you can do is you could also just drop this guidance enhancer if you wanted to and run a damage control. I don't see the point because I can run Sanctum solo with this. And it actually runs Sanctums faster than like a Thani which is the Galante carrier. So I used to run Galante carrier actually to do sanctums, but this ends up doing it so much faster, and you can do all the rated sites as well with it. Anyway, I don't want to make this video too long. I hope you guys enjoy. This is a great ship. It was so amazing. Like, I'm just loving it. If you want the biggest dick ship that you can take to, you know, high sec and mess around with, it's definitely the Marauder. The Golem being missile is great. If missiles are not your thing, then I highly recommend the Vargar. It's, you know, the projectile variant, which is Minomartar. So, hope you liked the video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.